The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. All right, as we begin this journey, the main thing is, what do we need to do? All right, tablet and pen, so we can begin. Now, they gave me the nickname of the Godfather of Credit years ago. Been on a radio station called KNX News, Los Angeles, and goes everywhere. And I did about $60 billion of credit for clients over the years. 45 years, rebuilding them, getting their corporation, their personal credit, and getting them millions of dollars of credit. And I got about 28 billionaires too. All right, they started from almost nothing. So this is live. We get to play, but again, I need you to write some things down today. So there again, no pictures, no recording. You got to put the information here. That's the ultimate goal. Now, I like goodies, and I'm going to call goodies like a lot of Lamborghinis and Ferraris and yachts, because I've obtained them. My question will be, why haven't you? The ultimate goal. I'm online 6 days a week. As we play, everyone's got a story. At the end of the day, I don't think anybody really cares. That's just my opinion. I started being born in a taxi. She didn't want me. I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. So your journey today begins with me. We can learn to play. We can learn to build your life. We can get you a million, maybe a billion. It's going to be up to you to follow through too. See, you got to be part of the program. You have to understand something. You got to look behind that curtain and understand how to play the game. It's always been a game. So let's do this. Let's take out our credit cards in your personal wallet right now. Let's get to the point where we write a note. We need to put a sticky in the back of the card. On that sticky, you're going to write down the limit of the card. You're going to maintain 25% always, and then you're never going to go past 29%. This is $100,000 of credit here, so that means I'd have 71,000 of safety. See, what happens is, because you don't know the knowledge and the rules and tools, you keep doing this to the credit. You keep kind of screwing it up. So let's understand. When I trained Ken Yarborough years ago, he was security chief at TRW. They became Asperian. The ultimate goal, these are rules we set up years ago. This creates your line of defense. When you take a card past 29%, you drop your score, you get stuck, you can't get any more, and you can't ride out dilly squat when it comes to personal credit. Next, if you really want the American dream, you have to look at a corporation. You see, Chapter 18 here, public record, shows a corporation is a legal person. I was lucky to learn that when I was 7.5 years old. From there, it also says it may sue or be sued, the ability to play the game. Here's our problem with the corporation. If they sue you, or the corporation, you're both the duck and a sheep. Now me, I went back to a library for about 2 years when I was 7.5 years old, because I heard a corporation's a legal person at a poker game at the Hope family house. I was just standing in the corner, writing my little notes. The library person I went to in Torrance, next to the Torrance Police Department, I asked her a question. I said, what does this mean? I wrote down a corporation legal person. She walked away rudely, didn't think she was paying attention. 5 minutes later, she came back serious. Here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read the book. The reality is I went back for 2 years. I kept trying to figure out how I can do what I needed to do for myself to get what I thought I was in hell. And that's what I felt. But I got $100,000 in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave as well. The bottom line, things are going okay. And at 12 and a half years, I got named in a lawsuit at 12 and a half. I used the word Braille. I belonged to the Braille Institution. I didn't realize that at the time. I had to learn to master trade name, trademarks, and copyrights. But then I came up with division process in 85 and 86, never to bring the pain home. So let's understand, when they said don't put put all your ducks in a row, then they said don't put all your eggs in a basket. They kept saying all these stupid things when I was a kid, and I asked, what does it mean? All I know is if you put all your eggs in one basket, you can have scrambled eggs, okay? Bottom line is when they sue the corp, they're going to sue you. That's the bottom line, because you're on the officer's list. You're the incorporator too. You got no choice. Now from there, if you got an LLC, which is a corporation, come January, they have this new thing called a CTA. That's your Treasury Department, by the way. So when they said put your ducks in a row, I asked what it meant. They couldn't answer it to me. So I came up with a solution. Here's a corporation, 3 divisions, and $1 million of credit. See, corporate credit's a write-off. Personal credit's not. So you got to look at this as like a warning. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be blunt. If you follow stupid, all right, you end up doing stupid, but you're not stupid. I like to build millionaires. Would you like to be next? Just let me know. As we play the game, I am the godfather of credit, Ray Reynolds. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to treat you like you're 2 years old, and then I'm going to make sure you don't bring the pain home if you listen to me. Ultimate goal. I build in lifetime relationships and coaching for 45 years. All right, helping people just like you get to millionaire. The ultimate goal, the foolproof program. But the key is you have to follow through. So when we look at rich and famous people, all right, no matter what, I build them millions of dollars of credit, even homeless people. From there, as we do this some more, we even take and help people coming out of prison. Freeway Ricky Ross, all right, gold and platinum cards up to $1 million. Thomas, he was in prison for 26 years. Within 8 months, I got him brand new dump trucks and credit up to 100,000 to $1 million. So you got to realize how this actually works. If we go back in time and look at Franklin D. Roosevelt, they had the Gold Reserve Act. They confiscated all the gold. You and me, we probably got our Social Security card from 14 to 16 years old. But the next thing is when Nixon took the gold standard out, every mama who had a baby was demanded to sign the SS5 for the SSN for the baby, so they can process and bond the baby at $35 million apiece. See, understand something today. The biggest mistake is your lack of knowledge. You've been following sheep and ducks. People have been the wrong kind of guessing. So if we look at the SS5 form, write it down, equals SSN, Social Security number, equals a 1040 tax return. It's known as we the people. So basically we get a number, it's not even ours. But they get to track our income. Tax, and probate when we die. Next thing we have to do is compare it to the SS4, because your banks and grocery stores and cities file bankruptcy on branch numbers. Line 1, let's focus on that right now. It says legal name of entity or individual person. Your name could go right there. You see, the SS5 equals SSN 1040. The SS4 equals 1120, known as a tax ID. But here's the thing you got to realize. You never had to bring the pain home in the first place. Truly a second chance. But if you're one of those people that don't file tax returns, you want to protest, just like Wesley Snipes did, just go to prison like he did too. If you learn to play by the rules and tools, you could actually look up at 1244 in the IRS rules, irs.gov. You'd find out filing one tax return, you'd almost not pay tax anyway, if you play by the game and you play by the rules. So you can actually learn to win. So the lack of knowledge makes people do stupid things. And they follow ducks and sheep. Let's give you 5 rules you ought to think about today. Number 1, all credit under the corporation tax ID is a write-off. It's kind of like free money. You don't hurt your family. The ultimate go in division process. So where are you going to get the $100,000 to $1 million of finance money that you need. Are you going to be ripped off by a creditor or something, or try to jack up your credit? A division allows you to build up to $1 million per entity. So a corporation with 3 divisions can be a minimum of $1 million. You could build a legacy and help your family too. I call it free money. Let's take 50,000 off of a card. We get to write it off anyway. And why don't we invest that and become the way we want to invest up to 100,000 a month? Your problem is this: you did not build residual income. And if you don't do that, you'll never get to where you want to go. The ultimate goal, start being an investor by using borrow money. It's not, it's basically going to write off your taxes anyway. It's kind of fun. So you can learn to do certain things, like do basically a property. Someone can manage your basically Section 8s, franchise. You can do a storage unit too. The ultimate goal, you can buy your income. So if you did this correctly, like $100 a week, you'll be able to build $1 million company. But you're going to have to follow through. Always want to look at even a hedge fund, real estate, franchise, storage units. If we play, we have to look at the United States of America Incorporated. They took 50 corporations. They call them states. States got corporations, they call them cities. And then they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act in case someone went wrong. Your problem is you allowed yourself to be one. That's kind of a lonely number. That's why most of you screwed up your credit, and the rest of you, sorry, half of you are lazy, and the other half have to just go get it. So let's understand something today. We, the people, corporations, a legal person, and we can stop bringing the pain home. But you're going to have to learn to play. Let's give you an example of that division of me. Your name on line 1, corporation, division, or subsidiary. I can build you a corporate umbrella up to $1 million of credit. And you can finance that business and write it all off right away. But you're going to have to follow through too. An example today. Division of me wants to buy a car. Now that's $1 million Lamborghini. Even on the doors it says Ray Reynolds on the doors, okay? So let's understand, this is the keys. But if I buy that through me, it's $6,800 a month, I got a big problem. If I can't pay it, they take it away, then I have shitty credit, and they have an IRS problem. That means I have a tax problem. Now I double shitty credit. Well, that sucks. Why would I do that to me? I didn't. Why would you do it to you? Now, what did I do? Understand something. I bought it through a corporation and a division. Now, I showed you SSN versus SS4, and I did a division of me. So understand, I have the right, all right, to basically protect the corporation and my family. I got no intent to do fraud. So I get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and put it aside if there's a problem. Now, I get to maintain the corporation, all the other pieces, and my family don't screw up anymore. See, what happens if I can't save it within 6 months, under the Federal Protection Act public record, I can bankrupt the hell out of it and throw it away. And I can protect the corp and my family. The lease of a building. How you receive that in property, separate liability. Here's the biggest problem. Everybody giving their opinion about LLCC and SSI. Stop the madness. All that matters is how you receive money in the beginning, not the type of corporation. You see, the money coming to the SS4, no taxes due till you're profitable. The next thing you have to learn is the Fair Lending Act. One card can get 99 more cards. You could actually build up to $100 million of credit and leverage and finance into billions if you want to. I can build you basically a corporate umbrella. Next, I want, if you have a corporation today, I'd like you to look on the Secretary of State's website. I'd like you to find your name because you're the incorporator. And then from there, you're on the officers list too. The bottom line is that they sue the corp, they sue you. When I was a kid, they said, put your ducks in a row. I asked what that meant. They couldn't answer it for me, so I created a corp in 3 divisions. See, currently right now, if they sue the corp, they sue you. You're a duck and a sheep, and that kind of sucks. Let's get the line of defense while I designed it 85, 86, so you don't bring the pain to the corp or your family. Here's a $100 million Lamborghini, or excuse me, $100 million building across the South Coast Plaza Mall, $1 million Lamborghini. Here's a $5 million mansion, and here's a Ray Reynolds University race boat too. I obtained them. Why haven't you? The ultimate goal is going to be up to you too. So I like goodies. You like goodies yet? The bottom line is if you listen and learn and let me rebuild you, that's what we're going to try to do. From there, I can add you to my credit system. What is your goal? Ultimate goal. Take the calendar today and look at how many working days are left of this year. Keep in mind I'm online 6 days a week live, so you can pop in and out and ask questions all the time. Next thing is I have 941 goals that I want to reach before I die again. So that's to honor God and show his glory, because I want to help millions of people. Now understand, I'd like you to write down credit, loan, and money. See, you've had money before and you kind of spent it and kind of pissed it away. I'd like to get you a $100,000 credit card with a checkbook. I'd like you to write a check back to the bank that the corporation has a bank account. I'd like you to reference 3 times 5 and get up to 1.5 million. I need you to learn that borrow money is not taxable. As you buy that corporation, buys a division, and it sets up a franchise in an apartment complex. These go up in value forever. You're building a line of defense. This is a management company, and this is easy to do. You can finance it off the credit I build you. Financial freedom. Your biggest problem at your age is you didn't build residual income. I had 19 houses at 17. I do personal real estate, commercial buildings, franchises, storage units. I've been accumulating all kinds of goodies. That's why I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. So if I take a $100,000 credit card I want to get you, I can add you to one of my cards and on my dashboard. I can make you an authorized user, and then I can order a card separately for you with separate billing. Now, if you need a $1 million package, you let us know. All you have to do is call the office at 800-254-9506. Next, if you want some coaching from this year to next year with me that I do privately with you, you call the same number too. The ultimate goal as we play the game. So let's understand something today. I'd like you to look in the mirror. I'd like you to ask yourself, what did you do yesterday to get towards the $1 million dream? Did you get the repo list this morning? All right, the cars, boats, houses, apartment complexes. It came out at 6012. From there, did you get the probate list, divorce list, bankruptcy list? Are you selling supply and vendor credit? The ultimate goal. Your corporation should have $1 million of credit per entity, checkbook money, and supply and vendor money too. If you work your tail off, you have about a $10 million company. Biggest problem we still have is you. Your biggest problem is you need to learn to think. Don't think, just do. I don't get it. You hold yourself back. A division will let you buy your income, and you don't hurt the family ever again. Now, if I make you money, make a machine, I need you to follow through. So let's think about $100,000 to $1 million of what? Supply and vendor inventory we could sell on Amazon and eBay using OPM and what I did with Dun & Bradstreet too. There you go. We could play. Now, if you're not a client yet, take a picture of this today. Click. This allows you to get one phone call with me for blueprinting you, past, present, and future. 90 days of level 1, 2, and 3 specialty classes. Based on your investments, that's how much bonus credit I will give you. The ultimate goal. If you're a client right now, you could add $10,000 to your package as long as you did it during the broadcast with me for $499, $25,999. But that's if you're current active customer only. As you do this, it's always Zelle. Take a picture of this too. This means Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@rayscredit.com, and then you write down RW and what you Zelle for too. Put your name on it as well. The ultimate goal. Now, you can always call the office at 800-254-9506. I like goodies. I hope you like goodies too, because I've been accumulating goodies since I was 17 years old, having fun. But again, it's going to be up to you to follow through. If you like some goodies, understand for me, I accomplish all my goals. Haven't had a paycheck for 30 years, and that's me breaking the record for the highest and fastest kick on the planet in 1981. So white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. From there, I kicked out the lights that night. From there, no matter where you come from, you can accomplish your goal. All you got to do is follow through and know how to play the game, and I'll teach you how to play that too. Now, my first car was a Quintos Lamborghini. I did drive at Orange Coast College when I was 14 and a half. From there, I don't hear no. When someone says no, understand something, they say no because they don't know how. Go around the no and get to a yes. 1,000 steps to millionaire. Simple to do. And from there, your big fat zero is what people left you. Sorry, the legacy you got. I don't understand why people do the things they do the way they do it today. Corporation lives forever. We're all going to die. So I'd like you to think about writing down irrevocable trust, UCC1. I want you to remember your house has a deed of trust. Your car has a pink slip. The assets in your home and your office should be on a UCC1, file at county recorder's office, turn it into a chattel mortgage. Then I want you to tie it into the irrevocable trust so you know where your stuff goes when you're dead. Because right now they're just going to have a garage sale and try to sell your pieces while you're just a memory. So what you have to think about is how they really left a legacy. I mean, it's amazing that the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firestones, the Gettys, and the Fords, their families took it over. Isn't that what you should be building for your family too? The ultimate goal is you build a legacy for the rest of this life of the world. We get to play. Now, there's three things I live by. One, I live by plan the problem, plan to live, and plan to die. So today, I want you to draw that diagram in front of you. I want you to think about how B of A bankrupt 5,000 locations. They're called branch numbers. I want you to think about Chase, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo. How about we look at Sam's Club, Geico, and Citi? You see, they file bankruptcy and write off on their taxes, and you keep bringing the pain home and going boo-hoo-hoo. Let's get you to stop bringing the pain home. Let's get you to be a certified CFO and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Let's turn around and start using my blueprint that I created when I was 9.5 years old. I call it See It, Believe It, Go Get It, the ultimate goal. Now, I'd like you to quit treading water and playing it safe. I need you to write down 5 things today. Please write it down with your tablet and pen. Let's begin. Number 1, you need a 750 credit score. Next, you need a corporate divisions. You need $1 million of credit. You need checkbook money, and you need supply and vendor money. These are things I'd like you to have. These are things you have to get to the $1 million dream, period. You have no choice. If you draw the diagram, once again, the goal is not to bring the pain home. And let me repackage you, putting your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella. Now, next year, I got a radio show and TV show coming up. I won't be available 6 days a week. So let's think about rich and famous people. They tend to listen better than you. And what did you do for you to start your business? Maybe today, have that kitchen table meeting with your friends and family. Hopefully someone says, what if something goes wrong? And what are you going to do? What did you do? You jacked up the cards, you dropped the score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and you can't write out dilly squat, and you hawked your house. I'm sorry to say, I call that silly and dumb. You never had to do it in the first place. The goal is not to bring the pain home. We write down today's date, we project 90 working days. You're going to fall down 1,000 times, you're going to win only 10. You're going to have to get up again and again. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. My page 6 says cash flow free every time, because that's what I believe anyway. So let's understand something today. The Millionaire's Founders Kit, I sold it at the Bonaventure for 32 years, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for $5,000 a set. I'd like you to get a copy. You don't have it today. The goal is let's give it to you. As long as you pay $99 shipping and handling, it's yours right away. All you have to do is Zelle. Write down RW when you Zelle for the $99. Put your address and your name, and we'll ship it starting today. You can even call the office as well. Ultimate goal, starting that business, running the business, not easy. People around you, maybe friends and family too, might knock you off the cliff, might not catch you. You might just end up dying. So understand, hold your breath too. Now I've been getting up at 2:25 since I was 2.5 years old because I had to get up before the abuser would get me. But I've been putting myself in check. You see, I didn't get a family like most people did. I got to live in hell instead. So I want you to stop clouding your direction and asking people who've never did it before how to do it. So let's understand. Let's look back in 2009. There's one of my yachts. I got 3 in the backyard. Where you park yours again? July 4th, my wife wants to take one of the yachts out to watch the fireworks. Sounds good. Everything I touch turns 100 million plus. Okay. Next day I get to die. I hear what's going on in the room. A tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. From there, Jesus gave me a choice to stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. So I want you to understand, we can all have a little sad story, but that's only good for 3 minutes or less. For me, it's 3 seconds or less. So guess what? I had to move 24 times. I'm 11 and a half years old. I've been shot twice, nice 6 times too. You got choices today. Let's get through all this crazy stuff. So understand, I believe I'm God's example for you. I got a book coming out called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. Being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. Got another one called Bite Your Tongue, Love Longer. From there, Fighting the Monster Within. From there, Bullshit Doesn't Pay the Bills. Because a lot of people out there on TikTok, YouTube, and all that stuff, and then you Google, it's all that blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, bullshit doesn't pay your bills. You need the truth and fighting the pain. So let's get you past go. I'll show you the Lamborghini collection, Duffy Mansion, how white men do jump. Stupid people say we don't. More Lamborghinis, race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Dogs, yachts, and Ferraris. See, I obtain a lot of goodies. Would you like your goodies too? Just let me know if you like to play with Ray's rules. I started my blueprint 9.5 years old. See it, believe it, go get it. You might want to master that too. As we play, credit repair is a fraud. Anybody saying they can do credit repair and remove your stuff, use the magic wand, is full of crap. They're not even allowed to collect money up front. The ultimate goal, what are you supposed to do? Well, why don't you write down section 611 and find out what you can do for yourself. Next, if you have an open collection account, you're going to have to negotiate the debt. You can't rip off your creditor and be a crook. Next thing, you have to think about getting a 720, negotiating the open collection account. All cards at 25, 29%. From there, but 2, and I do a wrap or rescore, you'll now be at a 750 score. Then you can learn the KISS method, keep it simple, stupid, and get up to the $1 million dream. So the first 25 steps today are pretty simple for you. Number 1, we basically look into it because they bought Credit Karma on December 3rd, 2020. They're no fun to help you. We at least get to look at your credit reports, at least 2 of them, step 1. Next, I'd like to analyze your credit reports right away and tell you exactly what you need to do. All right, and get you a 750 score in about 90 days. But then I'm going to call your case number on Saturday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time in rotation so I can tell you exactly what I need you to do on your part. Next, I need you to think about the SS5 form you didn't pay attention to. It says name to be shown on card, full name at birth other than above. So this form got the SSN and the 1040. The one thing you have to do right now is pull out your Social Security card. By the way, it's not even your card. It'll say, do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes, property of Social Administration, not you. Next, you have to realize you got that for one reason, for the 1040 tax return. When you got your first job a long time ago, let's understand, you thought the company might have ripped you off because half your money was missing. They had to point out to you, simple, that the IRS gets your cut, you get the leftover. Because your lack of knowledge, you basically became a duck and a sheep. And I want you to learn how to play, and I need you to pay attention today and write it down, irs.gov 1244. And almost not pay tax ever again. So we can learn to play and break even for your personal life and maintain a 750, 800 score. Next, you need to do is understand that 25, 29% rule and balance your debt. Ultimate goal. Now we have to think about 2 things right here. I want you to think of it SS5, SS4. Write it down. We've got some choices today. In other words, SSN is tax, 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 and probate till you're dead. SS4, no taxes due till you're profitable. If you can learn to play the game, you can learn to win to $1 million to $1 billion. But again, you got to balance your debt and pay attention today. I like to rebuild you under the SSN. So you're a CFO for the corporation and divisions. At the same time, master the SS4 so you can choose wisely to be a double CFO and put your ducks in a row under the same corporation and learn to play. So let's keep in mind today that form SS5. I want you to compare it to the SS4. Line 1 says legal name of entity or individual person. So that's a corporation, division, subsidiary like the banks, grocery stores, and the cities do. Your name can go on line 1. The ultimate goal is very simple. As we play the game, keep in mind it says banking and credit purposes. That's per entity. Again, you never had to bring the pain home and have bad credit in the first place. Your choice was up to you to follow ducks and sheep. The corporation should only do 4 things: buffer tax, no taxes due till it's profitable, corporate credits a write-off, a car at fleet price, and the free buffet at the hotel. Then the divisions are the line of defense. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy at wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and separate liability for real estate. So your division should be known as your line of defense. You should be building a corporate umbrella and never hurting the corporate of your family. Divisions, you don't even have your name on it. So basically you're not liable. You didn't give yourself a chance to play the game and win. Now I'll guarantee exactly what I say I can do, as long as you're part of the program and you do what I ask you to follow through. If you violate by jacking up cards or applying during the program and crash or app or rescore, I got to close your case or I got to charge you a fee. In other words, please don't screw up the program. I'm going to work for you. Past can't chase future. Collection item, negotiate if you have to. From there, irs.gov. They have a form called 656 433 A and B. So we get to learn to play. Step number 3. Next thing we got to think about is that 750 is waiting for you. And you can maintain it the rest of your life too. Analyze you right away. All right, wrap or rescore. Ultimate goal. I'll show you how I got this person 96 points in 3 days. I can do for you too, as long as you follow through. Now the 750, I can get anybody there right away. But they have to be part of the program and they have to follow through. As an example, she has a 651. She's only using half of her cards. I asked her why. She said her attorney, CPA, and banker told her to. I told her she was listening to Dumb and Dumber. So you got to balance your debt to create green lights for an 801. This poor couple, they were tricked to file a bankruptcy. Wiped out everything. I think bankruptcy should be only filed when they're going to garnish your wages tomorrow or sell your house. But that's just my opinion. I think there's a better solution for it. But I built them a $500 card and built them up and away too. Had to rebuild their life. 11 collection accounts. Here's 3,000. So as we do this, let's understand. We'd like to rebuild your credit, a rapid rescore, get you to class on Saturday, charge you $9.99, and get your $1,000 card back to you. The ultimate goal during the broadcast, we discounted to $4.99, and we give you a $500 card. And all you have to do is Zelle to get that special discount too, and put RW when you do Zelle. Simple to do. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@raisecredit.com, or you can call the office 800-254-9506. One of the biggest problems you have with yourself too is you're on the national mailing list. You outed yourself maybe by being a voter, because they sell that list 412 times a year. Cable bill, corporation. What you could do today is call 888-567-8688 and opt out for 5 years. The number's right in front of you. Ultimate goal. So keep in mind that's step 4. Number 5, I'd like you to plan the problem. You allowed someone to steal money from your friend and family member too, spend thousands on something that didn't work. So if you understand safety credit, you find the rules and tools that I set up over 40 years ago, you could actually create your line of defense. You can learn to play and never bring the pain home again. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. So let's understand something today. I'd like you to learn to balance your debt right away, step number 5. But the biggest problem that you're going to do is you're going to have an excuse why you have to jack it up again. Please don't do this anymore. All cards use the 25% rule, the 29% rule, the 2. The 2 cards that don't, you can max them out at $1 million. As long as you maintain the payment, you can maintain a sub 50 score. Forever, by the way. As long as you pay attention starting today, we get to play. And guess what happens when you lose your job, have an emergency? Everybody does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and then they do jack up their credit and go tell the world to feel sorry for them. That's only 3 seconds left from now on, and don't jack up your cards ever again. You won't need to. So let's understand something today. Let's pretend you needed $5,000 now. What would you do? Go ask your friends, your family, the bank. They say no. Here's a $5,000 card. The payment is $50 a month. The average person wastes $50 every other day. They say you waste $140 a week. If that's true, that's $600 a month. $50,000 off of a corporate card is $612.26. During the pandemic, you could have bought two pizza restaurants with a drive-through using some common sense. White men do jump. Silly people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I need you to write down Ray's rules and get up to $100,000 of credit, $71,000 of safety. From now on, the only thing you're allowed to screw up is a division of a corporation and not the corporate in your family. That's my opinion for you. Having your cake and eat it too. Ray's rule step 7, become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home again. The ultimate goal. So let's keep in mind today, I got to die 14 years ago. There's the address. Once you Google it, find out I'm telling you the truth. Bottom line is I got to die, but I got to come back and help you. I've been in 2 comas. When I was crippled, Jesus said, get up. I got it, freaked him out. Last one, I got to die. And again, come back and help you. The devil's trying to knock us down and hold us back. But God's delays aren't God's denials. So if you allow me to repackage you and rebuild you like Humpty Dumpty, we could actually build a lifetime relationship. Corporation's a legal person that may sue or be sued. The lack of knowledge is why people make stupid decisions. Stupid things do. Simple to say and simple to follow through. Division, the line of defense that I invented in 85, 86. All right, line of defense for you. Build you a corporate umbrella. When I get you a tax ID, I get to build credit reports and get you cash credit right away. From there, the next thing I line you up for checkbook money. Usually it's 9 divisions up to 1 million, 41 up to 5 million. So understand, I want you to check out if you have a corporation today or you get one in the future, because you will be a duck and a sheep. What I want you to do is put your ducks in a row. When they sue the corp, they sue you. Kind of sucks, but if you get your line of defense, you protect the corp and your family. That is the ultimate goal. Now this man who lost his job, he's got 2 kids, and this is pathetic. This is stupid. You got to get food, get to the church. They'll feed you. Go drive an Uber or drive a Lyft. Find a way to make some money. Start a corporation right away. I came out of a coma worth millions and billions, and I'm homeless with my family. What am I going to do? Sell my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. Have 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. So there's no excuse. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. This man can do the same thing too. Everything I design is a $100,000 card times 9. Then I want to get checkbook money times 9 too. What does that do? It builds $2.5 million of credit to finance any business. Now you become your own boss. Now you're really in control. You learn the daisy chain credit too. Divisions give you the line of defense. So keep in mind, if I do divisions for you, I add 2,000 of history. I get a corporation in the umbrella. I charge $4.99 for each division, and 3 would be $14.97. You can call the office or Zelle now to get that discount right away. If not, you'll just pay $1,000 later today. Each entity, each piece, each goodie under the corporation and divisions. How many goodies would you like? I think you should have $1 million of credit and $5 million in checkbook money. I think you need to learn to play, and I need you to play with me too. So you can buy your income, and if you can afford $100 a week, you can build $1 million dream. Make your money making machine. So let's 100,000 to 1 million supply and vendor credit. You don't pay a bill up to 90 days. It's OPM money. You play with Dun & Bradstreet. You sell products on Amazon and eBay. So if I build you here, then I want to get you the unlimited green card they brag about on TV all the time, times 9. The B of A times 9. The Wells Fargo times 9. Then I want to get you basically 8 times 9, the gold times 9. That's only 5 cards up to 5 million. Then we got to think about the other 5 cards and checkbook money. You see, the checkbook money is very simple, unsecured, as long as you have a 2-year corporation. But the ultimate goal is simple. Here's my 5 favorite ones. If you don't have a 2-year corporation, just wait till next year. It'll be 2 years on a second year, up to 5.4 million. Or you can turn around today. Santos says I have 2 left. I want you to make up his mind. The ultimate goal. The bottom line is, if you want one, it's $9.99 at the office. During this broadcast, you can get it for $4.99, as long as it's Zelle, or call the office right away. So I got specialty classes on Saturday too. The ultimate goal this weekend is called Daisy Chaining of Credit. It is at 8:30 in the morning. $9.99 for 90 days of specialty classes, or $4.99 per class. There you go. As we do this, keep in mind, borrow money not taxable. I want to show you how to buy your lifetime income by using corporate credit and write it all off. The only thing you are allowed to ever screw up in the future or get screwed up would be a division, not the corp in your family. The goal is to use Ray's rules to never bring the pain home. Become a certified CFO and make sure you protect your assets too. As I gave you $1 million check today, what would you do with it? You'd probably put it in your personal account. I call that silly and dumb. I would have told you to put it in a corporation, pay all the bills first, and then pay tax on the leftover. That's step number 8 for you today. We can learn to play. Now the next thing we got to think about is the United States of America one more time. Well, they got 50 corps called states and states corporations called cities. They created Chapter 9 bankruptcy in front of you. They bankrupt 11 cities so far, but they got to keep all their assets too. See, your problem is you could have did the same thing as long as you have no intent to do fraud. Ultimate goal, step number 9. Please Google bankruptcy today. It only gives you choice on bankruptcy, SSN, SS4. Choose who will be the duck in the future if something goes wrong too. The ultimate goal. So as we play today, I add you to my credit system. Try to get one of those $5 million matches like that one I obtained. From there up to $1 million, as long as you follow through, go to class. Don't fall in your what? Ultimate goal, you get to play with me every step of the way. Now, if you pay for a corporation, I'm going to call that stupid. There's no reason, because an attorney, CPA, and corporate service, they don't have a magic wand. They're free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. I've been giving them free for 45 years. Let's rebuild your credit, rapid score, articles off tax ID. If you don't have it, I'll do it for you too. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday live with me at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I charge $9.99 online, right here live with me, and usually it's $19.99. So it's $9.99 for you. So that's what the average person wastes in a given month. And I'm going to build you $5,000 of credit back. I'm going to give you $5,000 back of credit for your $9.99, so you get 5 times your investment. I'm going to analyze in 24 hours. I'm going to add history and start popping credit right away to rebuild you. That discount is only good during this broadcast if you Zell, or call the office right away. From there, you beat your doubt, you run your race. You kind of get out of my way while I rebuild you. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. Getting past go. God's gift in the mansions in the harbor, race boats and yachts. I always say Ray Reynolds University.com, Lamborghinis, buildings, and helicopters too. I would like you to change your driver's license to P.O. Box mailing address. More privacy, but it's up to you. Next thing I want you to think about is the car you drive today. You let someone sweat you for 3 to 5 hours. You lost $5,000 to $20,000 on the car and got up to 9 inquiries. That's not how you buy a car, by the way. The ultimate goal is very simple. A car is fleet price tax ID division, and that's how you don't bring the pain home. It's not even your car. You just have the company keys. When you buy a house, it should be a trust, but you didn't do that. What you don't want to do is put 2 people on the loan. You create a loan to value for 2 people at the same time. And the car shouldn't even be your car. If you lose house and car, all right, you end up having shitty credit. They report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you get an IRS problem and double shitty credit. Kind of sucks. Your division of it basically should be the return of a car. So you should be planning the problem. From there, you get to play. Every piece of property should be a division. Your paycheck is offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay any tax on the first 10 billion to double trillion. Why would they pay tax? See, they know how to play the game. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter in 24 hours, and he screwed up in a week. Called Twilly dumb. But he does have a spaceship, so does the other 2 guys. So you could join the club if you want to and learn to play and win the battle too. Step 15 today, we get to play. Run your life through a corporation or conjunction, please, or pay tax and buy a Lamborghini. You can pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. It makes sense to me. See, your paycheck is taxable income, by the way, and then you pay car payment, gas, registration, insurance. Why don't you know right away and drive a company car like I do? That's step 17. Why don't you get a hold of an SS4 today, irs.gov, and find out it says banking and credit purposes too. You never had to be the duck or sheep. You chose to follow people that did that. There's no reason you have to be a duck or sheep. Let's learn to teach you how to play. Mama, she had a baby. The moment Nixon took the gold standard out, every woman had to sign the SS5 form for the baby to print it, all right, print money up to 35 million apiece as a bond. See, everything to me is rules and tools. Escrow, close, Homestead, trust. What? You got a house today not in a trust and they sue you? They take it away when you're dead. They take your family in probate. Kind of sucks too. So the bottom line is when you fix up a property, hire the contractor. That hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot. When they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you. They're going to mess you up too. My way, they get diddly squat. I like diddly squat. Once you look up an irrevocable trust today, step number 19, you can learn to play if you want to. Now, if you want to say you don't want to pay tax or you a tax return, just go to prison like Wesley Snipes, because you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess and win. You got to play by their game too. That's why they have a form called 656 433 A and B, irs.gov. You can play, start 20 today. Now, if you want to learn to be a basic in OPM, which means you save up to 70%, you don't pay a bill up to 90 days. Ultimate goal, you can take 200,000 off of an escrow and leverage to 15 million. And then basically set up, because borrow money is not taxable, your line of defense, that's step basically 20. We get to play the ultimate goal, step 21, called blackjack. Looks like you get to win. See, the bottom line is you're going to win 10 times and get knocked down 1,000 times. My office won Technology Driver on Spectrum in 2009, up to $1 million a day. What am I going to do when they stole my life when I woke up out of the coma? Go home and go, boo-hoo, like most people do? No, thank you. You see, the reality is very simple. I took out my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it. I basically got my 5 closet divisions out, and I built $1 million of credit in less than 6 weeks. Why would anybody stay down when they don't have to stay down in the first place? Step 22, 1,000 steps to a millionaire. If you don't have the Millionaire's Founders Kit for $99 today, you can sell it right away. Up and away, just basically put RW and Zelle, put your address and your name so we ship it right away. And call the office as well too. 45 years of helping people just like you get to million and some to billion. 941 goals that God gave me to honor him and show his glory and helping millions of people. I like building lifetime coaching relationships, by the way. So leaving things to people like the Kennedys, the Hiltons, the Firesons, the Gettys, and the Fords, this is what people should be doing today. I think they forgot how to do that too. It's credit, loan, and money. That's financial freedom. Up to 10,000 to 20,000 to 50,000 a month positive cash flow where you didn't do what you need to do right away. If you're not a client yet, click this page. You get a blueprint call and you get a level 1, 2, 3 in specialty classes with me on Saturday live. Based on your investment, how much credit I'll give you back. All right, if you want $499 to invest that to 10,000 credit, $999 for 25,000, those discounts that deep, that's for current active customer only. Now, I'd like to get you 100,000. Add you to one of my cards. Like to ask for separate billing. 100,000 is normally $10,000. During this broadcast, you can get it for $39.99 if it's Zelled only. Anything else, the answer is going to be no. From there, there's Zell. You write down RW and your Zell. See, buying that lifetime income, you afford $100 a week. There's no excuse because I'll get you there if you let me to. If you want $1 million of credit, I'll build it up and give you $45,000 of bonuses. From there, it's 10,000 down, 1,000 a month, and you pay 10% for all the cards that I get you. From there, it's simple. If you want some coaching, I want to get you to at least 50,000 a month positive cash flow. But again, I would like to coach you this year and next year. See, by next year, I can have you at 5 million. But again, that's not easy to do. You might have to have some blueprint calls and Zooms meetings or in person with me. But then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to basically rebuild you and show you what you need to do and get past go. Again, that's $25,000, and that's a wire Zelle only. I do not take cards for that at all. The ultimate goal. It's not for everybody anyway. Up to $5 million, and you get up to $50,000 to $100,000 a month positive cash flow. That would be our ultimate goal. From there, we get to play. I'm only putting 10 in that program anyway. So a corporation is a legal person that may sue or be sued. Remember, divisions are your line of defense. The ability to play up to 9 divisions is up to 1 million. From there, 41 is up to 5 million too. Divisions, your name's not on it. You're not a duck or a sheep, but you get a chance to try. As long as you're trying, you're not dying. If you're not trying, you might as well be dead. So I build you the corporate umbrella. Each division is $4.99, 3 for $14.97. It's a Zelle only. From there, what are you willing to lose? Family? No. Corp? No. Divisions? Well, let's see. I designed this on the division base, so we both get checkmate no matter what happens to us. That's step 23. We get to play. So I want you to reach the dream. Think to be the impossible like I have all my life. And I like to train you to be up to a corporation to $1 million and teach you how to be a certified CFO too. But you're going to have to follow through on your end. So keep in mind when you have a joint credit, it's just in the way. You buy a house, it's escrow, close, homestead, trust. Never pay for a corporation. That's called stupid. You only pay the filing fee, then you get your divisions. Real estate, franchise, current business, line of defense, raise rules. I give bonus cash credit to take away excuses, and you can write it all off, and that's the ultimate goal. All right, that's step 24 for you. And if all you're looking for is a 750, okay, let's basically get you the 750. Let's analyze you. Let's get you to class. Let's get you a rapid rescore. Let's rebuild you an ultimate goal. Let's give you $9.99, $1,000 card. But during the broadcast, what happens is you pay $4.99 to get a $500 card on top of that as I rebuild you. Starter packages rebuild the credit. Articles also tax ID for free if you don't have them. You pay the little filing fee. Set up a level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. $9.99 during the discount of the broadcast now, so you get to save $1,000, and we analyze you. We add history and start popping credit right away and giving you $5,000 back. That's 5 times your investment. It's actually better than being in Vegas. But that's a Zelle only, not a credit card. Call the office right away too. The ultimate goal is I get to rebuild you, build you more credit. For referrals, I'll Zelle you 10%. As long as you basically, all right, that person says your name when they sign up. The ultimate goal is to understand something. That's why I give you my email, so I can get their name and phone number too, so you get credit for that as well. Corporation entities, banks and grocery stores file bankruptcy on locations called branch number. Sam's Club, Geico, cities. I want you to understand the division process I invented in 85, 86 to stop bringing the pain home. Repair, become a certified CFO, and reprogram your brain to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain. Never bring the pain home. We have the ability to stay safe and strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, it's going to be up to you to follow through. My goal is to hold your hand every step of the way, do most of the work for you, and you get to the workshops with me. And I'm online 6 days a week. I have no excuses. And now neither do you. So use Zelle now to get those discounts, or you call 800-254-9506. The ultimate goal is we do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. And we never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.